Well, yesterday evening I got two machines from actually a pretty reliable customer. His son and him have both brought stuff over, and the man is 95 years old. His son is in his 60s, and I don't know how old his daughter is. She lives in Kansas City. So the spilled some oil here. So the 95-year-old man brought these over last night. He packed them in his car. I guess he went and visited his daughter for the holidays and came back last night and dropped them off. And these are pretty good projects. The lawnmower here is in pretty sad shape. I'm checking to make sure it's not leaking oil. There was oil here, but it doesn't appear to be leaking. So the valves needed adjusted on that, just like with my generator that I've been telling you about. And it was low on oil, which the generator wasn't low on oil. So that gave me a clue that it ran low on oil and there was metal on metal contact at the valves. That's why they needed adjusted. So it was really hard to pull, is the reason they did it. So I adjusted the valves, but I also had to flush the oil out because there's metal flakes in the oil. So this is probably on its last leg because it was ran low on oil. Tried to save it. Now the snowblower, usually I charge a set price for cleaning a carburetor. But this one, I mean, there's just a lot of work to it. It's 2 hours worth of work. I even checked the standard for it. You got to take this shroud off, and there's another shroud underneath this one, and then you got to take this shroud off. You got to take the handle off. This is the cord that you start the engine with. You got to take this off. Got to take this handle off. So a bunch of bolts underneath. So it's a lot of work just to get the carburetor off, because then you still got to clean the carburetor and then put it all back together. So, you know, that's a good little chunk of change just with those two mowers. So, you know, I don't even really know what to do with these kind of mowers. It is damaged. This mower is damaged. You do the best you can. You let them know that it was damaged, and you know, they might get another season out of this. But it's not going to last much longer. So, you know, if they can get another season out of it, and you charge them, you know, under $100 to keep another season, you know, you save them $300 for that year. So, I tell you all the time that I just don't want to be around people. And I told you not too long ago that everybody I meet, within the first 3 sentences, there is a lie. So, I told you about a police officer, a retired police officer that came here. And yeah, he said, "That's my mower." Well, it wasn't his mower. I mean, I've told you this story a million times. Well, today somebody did a similar situation today. I'm not going to give you all the details, although I would like to. I'm not going to. It would just cause too much friction if this person found out that I made a video about it. But it came up, and instantly, I mean, the first words out of her mouth were undoubtedly, I mean, there's no possibility what she was saying was true. Just like that cop said, "That's my mower." There was no possibility that mower was his. None. There wasn't even an explanation as why he might even think that. He just said it. "That's my mower." It took a little bit of research to figure out what he was talking about. But it's a good example as to people just come in with this attitude. So this person came in today, and like I said, there is just no way anybody in the world would have known within a fraction of a second what this person was saying today was a lie. It's not even possible. And there's so much evidence sitting everywhere to prove that it was a lie. There was evidence on Facebook that this is a lie. We have 2 witnesses that can prove it was a lie without a shadow of a doubt. It's impossible. I wish I could tell you what it was. It's pretty near to my heart. And to be more specific, it's very near to Carolyn's heart. So I just was not going to let this lie slide. Person walked on my property. First words out of this person's mouth was a lie. And I said, that's a lie. There is no way what you are telling me can be true. Well, of course, that caused friction instantly. And so I struggle deeply with this behavior. I don't get it. Now, people will say that I'm the mean one, I'm the rude one, I'm the terrible one, because I just said a matter of fact. That's a lie. And the thing is even after I said it, we provided evidence. The person actually admitted that it was a lie. Well, kind of. Mostly. Made all kinds of excuses. So Carolyn responded, because I was just so frustrated I didn't want to deal with it. So Carolyn responded and explained our position, that kind of stuff. And the lady said, well, I accept your apology. What apology? There was no apology. There was only an explanation of where I was coming from. Why I said what I said. We provided our evidence. We provided our witnesses. We didn't need to apologize. Are you saying I'm supposed to apologize because I stated a fact? A fact that I am witnessing a lie on my property and I'm not allowed to call it out? I don't understand that. How is that? So, but the thing is most people will agree with this person. In society, we as a society have learned that lies are acceptable. We all say they're not, but we have all decided that lies are acceptable. And even when we see them, we're not allowed to call them out unless we're mad. If we're mad at them, then it's okay to call it out. Then you can say, you're a liar. But if you're not mad at anybody and you call them out and say, you're a liar, that's unacceptable. We are supposed to give, I don't know, a pass? Lies are so common nowadays, and everybody talks about white lies and all that. No, I don't agree. I think all lies are unacceptable, and if you lie to me, especially within the first 3 sentences, on my property, I'm gonna call it out. So, I've told you many times, I do everything I can to not lie. It causes me pain to lie. I don't like white lies. I don't tell them. So, I just try to stay away from them. I'm not saying I haven't lied. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying I really try to avoid them. So, I don't actually understand the purpose of lying sometimes just to be lying. This person walked up here to tell a lie. I don't even understand what the point was. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And like I said, it even makes less sense giving the overwhelming evidence that it was a lie. It was almost as bad. No, is as bad. The lie was as bad as if this person would have walked onto my property and said, well, that's a beautiful moon out tonight. And it's daylight. That's how obvious the lie was. There is absolutely no denying the lie. We didn't need to provide evidence. Witnesses everywhere. Everybody knows what that person was saying was a lie. Why? So, you know, you try to do the research, you ask AI what the point is, and the only thing I could find was this person was just trying to show dominance over me. Just be better. And it just makes no sense. It's the second time this, well, I guess third time, I guess, this dominance play has happened on my property for no reason at all. None. I've told you this one before. So I parked the car across the street in the parking lot, and the person who runs that place wanted to know who it was. And a bunch of people got on Facebook and said, that's the people across the street. Okay, across the street, I can see the building. It's right there. Clear as day. I'm across the street. So I defended myself and said, no, that's not my car. You all are going to stop naming me right now. That's going to end. Well, the lady across the street must have contacted these people and said, hey, that's not them. You're mistaken. You need to go apologize. So many of them got back on Facebook and just apologized. And they all gaslit me and said, oh, it was that person down the road. Well, that's not across the street. That's down the road. So whatever. So again, you know, they're trying to apologize with a lie. That's what's really funny. Why not just say, you know, I should have just bit my tongue. That was stupid. So it's not even a real apology. Well, one person came over. Oh my goodness, he was built. I mean, just built. You go over his Facebook page and all he's got is these muscle pictures. I mean, he's just... And he was going to teach me a thing or two, I think, is what his plan was. That you know, you're not gonna say that I was calling you out, you know, that kind of thing. So we were having breakfast inside the camper. We just gotten, her son just left, so we were still cooking in the camper and different things. And I heard a noise, and I came outside, and he was standing on the porch. Well, I put my hand in my back to hopefully give him the indication that this wasn't going to end well if you came after me. I mean, he was huge. So he's standing on my porch, and he says, are you the owner of this place? You know, my thinking was, I wonder if this is a police officer. I said, who's asking? I just need to know if you're the owner of this place. And I need to know who's asking. Well, I just wanted to let you, the owner of this place, know that I wasn't talking about him yesterday on Facebook. Okay, you're trespassing. Time to leave. I know. I just want to get one thing straight here. I don't make false accusations. Well, you did. And now you're coming over here to show dominance over me. What I think is they expect me to just roll over, just like I said earlier. They just want me to roll over like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, you're right. I should have just bowed down to you. And they're shocked that I don't. They're just shocked. And I'm at the age, it just doesn't really matter to me anymore. Don't be shocked. I'm not going to bow down to the first thing you say is a lie. So anyway, I'm going to jump off here. So if you'll click this up next box to take you to a video over on my other channel, I appreciate it. Go check it out. So if I can inspire you, tell the truth. So you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.